From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good afternoon. I'm Penn State Campus Weather Service meteorologist Connor Freidhoff here with your CNET forecast. A gloomy morning is behind us, and just with a few clouds here over Beaver Stadium, we are sitting at a calm, crisp 43 degrees. But something that's not calm is that wind speed, 22 miles per hour out of the west-northwest. You know, the wind has brought down that feels like temperature down all the way to 34, so a bit deceptive in the air temperature department. It's mainly 40s in the central portion of the state in the Ridge and Valley. You have to go over to the Susquehanna Valley. It gets a little bit warmer, but as you'll see as we go out to the rest of the state, places in the Allegheny Plateau like Franklin and Erie experiencing 30s, but if you get over more towards Harrisburg and Philadelphia, you're seeing temperatures up in the 40s. Now, taking a look at what happened last night, just a little recap here. We had a pretty much interchange of rain, mix, and snow all in Center County, and that was changing throughout the night. But we pretty much saw the rain start out first. Temperatures got a bit down, and then we saw that mix and snow start to take over. But as we got into early Tuesday morning, it started to be dominated again by rain, and that continued out through the early morning. If you had an early morning commute, you probably ran into some rain this morning, and that continued all the way up until about lunchtime. But then the precipitation did make its way out. So overall, a fairly wet last 12 hours for the region, especially in the central portion of the state. But the main thing we want to talk about today is that wind. Pretty much here in the Laurel Highlands, in the Ridge and Valley region, you're seeing just base wind speed go past the 20-mile-per-hour mark. This isn't even gusts. Once you get over the Central Mountains into the southeastern portion of the state, winds are a lot more calm. But on the plateau in the Laurel Ridge, you're seeing those highest wind speeds throughout the state. In terms of radar and satellite, not much to talk about here other than that, again, the plateau's seeing more cloudy skies, but here in the central portion of the state, you have a higher chance of seeing some sun, especially in State College, Williamsport, even in Harrisburg as well. And it's a lot more clear down on the Maryland state line as well. Not too much to talk about on the national scope other than this storm system that affected us last night is giving New England and Canada some snow before it heads out into the Atlantic. But looking ahead, we can see just a few clouds here and there spotty throughout the night and into Wednesday morning. And a few rain showers are going to most likely affect places like Erie, Bradford, and Franklin, the northwestern portion of the state. Mainly along the Erie Lake Shore is where you'll see some rain showers. But looking at our next weather maker, and at a very inopportune time when people are getting ready to go home or go on vacation for spring break, at 11:30 on Friday, we're seeing a low pressure system here around the confluence of the Ohio and Mississippi rivers. But look at all this rain and then a changeover to mix and snow. And the changeover line is pretty much right in Pennsylvania. So right on that I-80 corridor is where you could see some icy conditions. And when I-80 gets icy, there tends to be some accidents. So if you do plan to travel that road, absolutely be careful. But going into Saturday, the temperatures should warm up enough to the point where all the precipitation falling will be rain. Of course, road temperature will have to factor in case it does freeze on contact. So travel is going to be a bit treacherous for the start of the spring break week. Today we are looking at the chance of a flurry once the temperatures settle down from in the 40s down back to the 30s. It could fall as snow, but not much in terms of accumulation because it's just too warm for accumulation today. But the wind gusts are expected to stick up into the 30 margin, which is, it can knock you off your feet. It's going to catch you off guard. So be wary of the wind. That will continue into the evening as the temperature dips down into the 20s, down below freezing, and that wind is just going to make it feel even colder tonight. And tomorrow we do bounce back up into the 50s, up to 53, but we do have some morning fog in some low-lying areas. So morning commute, try to slow it down a little bit because fog is going to lower visibility in those low-lying regions, but the wind is going to stick around. For the 7-day, we do have a chance of getting up to 56 on Thursday, but that does come with a rain shower, and the rain will continue into Friday and Saturday. Of course, it could come with some snow on Friday because of that that low pressure system making its way eastward, going to disrupt the commutes of folks heading home or on vacation for spring break. And the trend of cloudy skies is going to continue into next week, going to make it fairly gloomy for our next system on Tuesday. From the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm meteorologist Connor Freidhoff, wishing you a wonderful day.